This video was just a quick overview of these 10 tips and tricks. Video links to more detailed explanations of these tips can be found in the description below. While it is good to have a lot of characters you're pretty good at being, it's usually better to focus on learning one and maybe two characters before trying to get good with the whole cast. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, when you use a directional air dodge, you suffer lag for the distance of almost 10 blocks before you can do anything else. This is a similar case with the regular air dodge, but instead it's only about 5 blocks. Every character's air dodge works differently than others. An obvious example would be Fox, whose directional air dodge distance is small, but because he falls the 10 block distance faster than most characters, he doesn't suffer as much lag as the rest. Jigglypuff's air dodge is also quite unique in that she travels much farther than Fox's air dodge, but she suffers 4 times as much lag as she's a very floaty character. Because you can aim the direction of your air dodge upwards, you can actually use it as a recovery option. This works well with Jigglypuff as her up special doesn't help her with her vertical recovery. Also, you can only use one air dodge before touching the ground again, so don't use it if you don't have to. And because it has so much lag, don't use a directional air dodge off stage unless you know what you're doing. DI is where you change the angle of your momentum when you get launched by moving the joystick to a specific direction. In this example, the blue line shows what angle Bowser launches without any DI. But by moving the joystick in a direction, in this example up, Bowser flies above the blue line instead of following it. Moving Bowser's momentum down launches him below the blue line. Notice how his launch distance is smaller than with no DI. By DIing to the corner of the blast zone, Mario is able to survive that same attack. When you get launched off screen, you see a rectangle that shows you how close you are to the blast zone. When you get launched, try to DI your character as close to the corner of the blast zone as you can, without actually touching it. Here's Pit getting launched with no DI. Here's Pit getting launched again, but this time with proper DI. When you get launched horizontally, instead of aiming up to the corner of the screen, because in this case that doesn't help much, aim towards the direction of the stage. This decreases your momentum speed by a bit. When you get hit vertically, DI to the corner you're more closely launching towards. In this example, Nest should DI right. DI can be used more than just to survive longer. You can also use it to escape easier from combos. Here, Pit is DIing towards Kirby, which is helping Kirby continue his combo. Here, Pit is DIing away from Kirby, which makes it easier for Pit to escape. Here's Roy the Koopaling DIing towards Roy the Human. And here is Roy the Koopaling DIing away from Roy the Human. You can also use DI to escape rapid hits, but instead of holding the joystick in the direction you want to go, rapidly flick the joystick in that direction. This makes your DI effective for every hit instead of just the first hit. You can even use this method of DI to escape the Daybreak item. Here's without DI. And here, Incineroar is rapidly flicking the joystick upwards. Edgeguarding is the attempt to prevent an offstage recovering opponent from reaching the stage, thus causing them to be KO'd. Here Pikachu is edgeguarding Duck Hunt Dog. Here are more clips of characters edgeguarding their opponent. Edgeguarding is very effective against characters with bad recoveries. Edgeguarding can be frustrating sometimes if you're the one trying to recover, so try and mix up your recovery or don't hang around the edge of the stage in the first place. You can also sacrifice yourself to edgeguard your opponent, but you decide if that would be worth it. It can be easy to mess up your edgeguards, so practice until you can get it consistently. Although you have the advantage of the situation, remember that your opponent can still attack you back. Checking is where you press the shield button once you hit a wall or ceiling to stop yourself from bouncing off of it, as shown here. Press the shield button 11 frames before hitting the wall to tech. You can only attempt to tech every 40 frames, so don't spam the shield button. Dr. Mario can't tech this attack as he took too much knockback. You can tell if it was impossible to tech by looking at the color of the impact. If it's red, as shown here, you can't tech. Here's Duck Hunt Dog's failed attempt at teching. And here's his successful attempt. You can also tech on the ground too, as opposed to landing normally. You can air dodge into the stage to perform a tech once you land. Mashing is where you press the buttons or rotate the joystick on your controller as fast as you can to escape from being grabbed, buried, stunned, frozen, or sleeping faster. This is how long Ivysaur stays in the ground without mashing. This is how long he stays in the ground while mashing. B-reversing refers to the act of performing a special move and changing the direction the character is facing at the same time. It's like a fast version of Captain Falcon's and Ganondorf's neutral V turnarounds. Here are a few examples of characters B-reversing. In the first example, Rosalina B-reverses her up special. In the second example, she does the same thing as before, but without B-reversing. If you're facing away from the stage while being off stage, the only way to face the stage again without touching it is by B-reversing, unless your character has multiple jumps. Sometimes B-reversing is necessary to use a character's recovery effectively. To perform a B-reverse, use a special move like you normally would, but move the joystick into the opposite direction of where you're facing approximately 4 frames after you perform the original attack. Do it before the first frame of the attack and you'll use a side special instead. Here's Corrin's up special with and without B-reversing. Dash cancelling is when you stop dashing and perform a move 5 or less frames after you let go of the joystick. It allows you to quickly use an attack like you would a dash attack, but it can be any attack you want. This is a dash attack, and here's a dash cancelled side smash. Here's Zero Suit Samus dash cancelling into some of her moves. Short hopping is when you tap the jump button instead of holding it down when you jump. It makes your jumps about half as high as they'd normally be. If you press jump and attack at the same time, you will buffer a short hop aerial, which comes out sooner than a full hop, and it covers the ground as well as the air. Here are some combos consisting of entirely short hop aerials. Again, these are not true combos. Some characters have really good attacks that can be spammable with short hops. Here's a few examples. These aren't how you should play your characters entirely, but these attacks are sometimes good pressure or spacing tools. They are also good for approaching your opponent with an attack as well. If If you get hit by an attack while you're crouching, you take way less knockback than when you're not crouching. Sometimes you can also crouch under short hop aerials, depending on how small they are. Characters with low crouches can actually crouch under a lot of attacks. Here's some examples. That's it for this video. I hope you learned something. And again, links to detailed explanations of these tips can be found in the description below. Those videos aren't mine, so go check them out. Also, let me know if you liked or didn't like this video. I would appreciate feedback, as this is my first Super Smash Bros. Video. So yeah, thanks for watching.